getting my pattern up. Gonna be making an anchor, a mini anchor, not the normal size one, which I am very much in progress with here, but I don't want to keep working on him on this. I want to be able to make tentacles again because they're way easier to pay attention to. I'm very close to finishing my regular one though. Getting closer. But, oh, 6.5 mil hook. I have one of them somewhere in here. Here we go. Would it be bad if I just used the normal hook though? Would it? Would it? Surely it would be fine. All right. Hello, Shannon. How are you? I'm never live at this time because it's like 1 o'clock and normally I'm working. But we're on holidays, so that's great. How are you? Your live yesterday was so fun. I bought some yarn. It is like we get to hang 2 nights in a row. It's so fun. I bought some yarn at our like local shop and they're the Burnout Mystical. We don't get them here unless we get them in these like million bags, which are just completely random whether or not you find anything good in them. So I found both of these yesterday and I'm actually using them. Hey Hoax, how are you? Merry not quite Christmas and not quite New Year's Eve. Welcome to the in-between. So I think I'm going to use this for like the tentacle color underside and then the black for the main color. Look how far I am into this other one. I'm so close to being finished. I'm just making the little head part that gets stuck on. But I wanted to just be able to work on tentacles during a live because they're like a lot easier to just work through. Otherwise I'd have to pay attention. I'm hoping they'll look good. It'll be like a kind of neutrally one. I know heaps of people do the rainbow ones, but I just don't have enough blanket yarn in kind of like enough different colors to make a tentacle of each color. I also love this mystical, which I made Hugo out of, that blue one. That one's so good too, but again, really hard to find here. Every time I watch like US YouTubers, I get so jealous of the amount of yarn available and all the options. Doing some holiday reading. I have been really bad at reading this holiday break. I'm usually like a lot better, but I don't know. I just haven't found anything that I've been drawn to. I'm trying to decide if so the pattern says to use a 6.5mm hook, but I'm trying to decide if I just use a 7mm hook anyway, because that's what I'm using for, I whacked myself in the face with that. That's what I'm using for my like normal sized anchor, and it's the same yarn. So I could make like a semi-mini. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna use the same hook. What could possibly go wrong? Anyway. How has everyone's break been? Or if you're crocheting, what are you working on? Shannon, I also wish that we could find the mystical here more because it's almost impossible to find the orange mystical and I love it so much for like foxes and stuff. And it's just like impossible to find, which is so sad. I started easy with graphic novels with the boys and then I'll get into some proper books. I feel like graphic novels are a good holiday reading vibe, you know? Okay, counting is hard. Please excuse my absolute silence while I count to 31. All right, I'm done. We can chat again. We went to Costco this morning. It's the first time we've been in like, pretty much a year. We got a membership not quite a year ago, and I was like, maybe we should go in this break before it expires and we've only been once, because it's not that close to us, but I don't know, sometimes. Why do we get millends and not full skeins? I wish I knew. It's some Bernat we get in like Spotlight is our main craft store here, and we really only have one. And I don't know, they get some Bernat in. They have like Bernat Velvet Plus and like other ones, but not Bernat Blanket for some reason. And it's like the bane of every crochet's existence. Well, like every amigurumi crocheter, I should say. And yeah, I don't know. And then to try and get it on Amazon, it's like you can only buy it in packs of 2, and then it's like $52, which, let me convert that for you real quick. So it's then like $35 for 2 skeins, which seems wrong, right? Like, how much is a skein in the actual country of America? Because I feel like surely not that much. I think when I visited, I was like, oh my god, I'm so jealous. I went to a Joann's because I was there before Joann's, shut down. And I didn't know how lucky I was to get to do that. But yeah, it would be very nice for all of us if we could just buy them normally. Well, buy them normally at like a half decent price. Yeah, that's like wild. So it's like 3 times as much if you buy them in the full skein here, versus those Milland bags that I like held up before. They're 400 grams and they cost like $10 on sale, which they basically are always on sale. Yeah, maybe that is where they went out of business. I should have, if only I'd known, I would have stocked up while I was there. I did, to be fair, I did actually buy a decent amount of yarn while I was there, but I was also like there for a frisbee tournament, so I had a lot of stuff in my bag already, and I didn't have that much space. But I came prepared. I took like vacuum seal bags. So it was good. How was your Christmas, Shannon? Ooh, is it still snowing there? It's like such a foreign concept, wearing like light summer dresses and, I don't know, hiding from the heat. Which it doesn't really feel like Christmas when that's the case. But I feel like New Year's Eve in summer is fun. Like, it feels a bit easier to stay up late because it's lighter for longer. And there's like, I don't know, it's nice to be outside. You can go outside. Hey, Moonbeam. Hi, Pasha. Welcome in. My boys are 2 and 4, so it's so fun to see them enjoy the magic of the holidays. Oh, you're the magic of the holidays. You are the magic. It's supposed to be freezing rain tonight. Perfect crochet weather, though. Right? It has thankfully been a little cooler. We had like a heat wave a couple weeks ago. And I've been very grateful that this week has been cooler. It's snowing here. You had a bunch of melt and then a little rain and fog and then snow. So it's pretty nasty out. Oh my gosh. Extremes everywhere. What's everyone working on over the break? Do people have a break? Do you guys get holidays in this time? in that, but it tastes funny. Meh, it's fine. I know you're both in the US somewhere. Massachusetts. My American geography is so bad. Is that like north? I rely on my husband for all of that because he watches American sport, so he tends to like know where things are in America. Near Maine. Near Maine, I am told. Which is, what, northeast? Right? I don't know, he's gone silent now. We don't get a break, just a few days off or holiday pay maybe. Your office is closed Christmas to New Year's, which is not the norm. Yeah, a lot of places do that here, so we're super lucky. We've got like, I mean, we have to use our annual leave for it, but in Australia you get 4 weeks of annual leave per year, so it's pretty good. And we have off from, both of us got like a free half day off on Christmas Eve, and then we don't go back until the 12th. So we've got like 2.5 weeks off. Northeast, yes. I know where Maine is because the friend I have here is from Maine, and we were going to go and visit in 2020. So for obvious reasons that did not happen. Hi, how are you? No cricket on for you today to be watching. Or is there? No. It finished early, right? It finished early and also wouldn't have been on today anyway. New England tiny states you can get from Maine to Massachusetts in like 20 minutes border to border, and you go through Minnesota. Oh, that's crazy. I am from Australia. Hello. I mean, I wasn't going to correct you, Moonbeam, because I have no idea. You could tell me anything. You could tell me almost anything. If you told me you drove through like California, I think I would know that you were having me on. I am making a mini version of an octopus, which I've started a big one. This is the big one, but I didn't want to keep working on this because I'm like kind of at the finish part of it. And so instead I'm making a smaller version of this. You've been to Sydney? Where in Sydney? Oh my gosh. I'm from Sydney. That's where I am right now. I love my city. No cricket today, but that's okay. Enjoy the day off before. Oh, you're back to work tomorrow. Dang. Where in Maine is she from? It's a joke that everyone in Maine knows each other. That I couldn't tell you. It is a cute octopus. I'm excited because this one's going to be like half the size basically. Like this is the length of these tentacles versus this big boy. So I'll have like a little mum and baby one, which will be cute. But I don't know how much of it we'll get to see in this live. Maybe I should save it and like keep working on it on another live because I have so long off, so I should do more lives in this little period of time off. No rest for the wicked, unfortunately, but I've got a week off in January, so looking forward to that. Yes, that will be very nice. To do anything with it or just like recuperate. My favorite thing about this break is doing absolutely nothing. Hello, how are you? What's been happening? I was sweater shaving, but now I'm going to go back to the blue blanket. Blue, wow, that is randomly a tongue twister. Blue blanket. That you want to finish by end of year. You'll do that. You're quick. You're speedy. Oh my goodness. These tentacles are so much faster than the other ones. Incredible. Incredible scenes. Just enjoy time at home, and we're getting a new kitten soon, so preparing for that. That's what I always, when we're like just hanging out at home, I just say we're enjoying our mortgage. That's what we're doing. Enjoying our mortgage or enjoying our rent. This is going to be the top side of this, just in case you weren't here earlier. This is going to be the main color. But I need to make 7 more of these first. Just clean the aircon filter, it's hot today. It is warm today. I don't actually remember what part of Australia you're in. I should know that. I feel like I should know that. But it is the holidays and my brain is just not gonna get me there. What's the time over there? It is really bright outside because it is like 1:30 in the afternoon. I like kittens better than puppies, but dogs better than cats. Where'd that come from? Oh, you're getting a new kitten soon. Oh my gosh. That's so exciting. South Australia, that's right. Sorry, Trish. It's just out of my head. It's hard to keep track of everything. Are you talking to me about where in Maine my friend is from? Because if so, I have no idea. What? No, her family's in Maine. Sam? But we were gonna visit her family's farm in Maine. Okay, I'm being told she grew up in Connecticut. He thinks. I can tell you. Southport. Southport is where her family are now. If that means anything to you. Oh, sometimes the animal chooses you. Thank you, Daniel. I hope you have a lovely evening. I'm assuming it's evening where you are. All right, counting over. Say what again? There's a lag, so I like never know at what part of me, of what I've said, you guys are. You want to hear the other half of the conversation? No, he's a very shy boy. The other half of the conversation is basically, isn't she from Connecticut? No, I think she's from Maine. I thought she grew up in Connecticut. That was basically the conversation that you missed. You're working on a battle pack for your February market. What is a battle pack? Tell me more. I'm assuming that was meant to be battle pack. Ah. Work with me here, Jan, please. I feel like this would have been super tiny if I had used the 6.5 mil hook, so I'm glad I made the executive decision to stay with my 7 mil hook. It's like a Viking weapon. Amazing. I cannot wait to see it. I assume it will be in a future video. Hello, I make little crochet toys. I'm currently working on a small version of this large unfinished octopus. I'm working on a baby version of it at the moment, as you can see by these tentacles, which currently look like nothing at all. But they will be tentacles. Oh no, where was I up to? Ooh, I think I'm doing a bubble stitch. Are you also a crocheter? Huh? Yeah. Sometimes working into the back bumps of the chain. You do. What do you usually make? What is your crochet style of choice? This pattern doesn't actually say whether or not you're meant to work into the back bumps, but I have just assumed that you do. And because you work down both sides of it later, I always would prefer to just work in the back bumps, even though it's like a little more painful up front. You do pet clothes and others? Oh my goodness, that sounds very, very cute. I made a dog jumper for my friend's tiny chihuahua, and I was convinced that the smallest size was going to be too big for her, but it does fit. But it was fun to make. I can understand why you make pet clothes. I went to send you a pic on Instagram, but the option isn't there. Oh man, I don't. Instagram has so many weird settings. Oh, you're also on my phone. Hang on, let me see if I can. I feel like because we always talk on here. If I talk on, hang on. Someone else said they had to send me a message first and then they could send me a picture. I don't know. Yes. Hello. Did that work? Did that work? Hopefully that will work now, Trish. I do have a video coming out tomorrow that's like my top market bestsellers from this year, and there is an animal photo in one of the sections, and there's 2 animal photos actually, and it's very cute. Keep an eye out for it. Oh, so like all different weapons. I getcha, I getcha. Cool. That looks like it will be a lot of work. Are you making the full pack to go together, Trish, or like, are you gonna make them separate? You know what I mean? Like sell them separately. Are there still markets happening at this time of year, or is everywhere sort of on like a break? It's actually easy if you know how to do a bobble and chain. Boy, do I. That is essentially what I am doing with this. I feel like it's going to be very satisfying making the mini version because it's going to go so much quicker. Maybe I should have started with this. But then I'm glad I started with the big one of the anchor, because if I had started with the small one, I would have just been like too scared to do the big one. That's what's happened with the baby Hugo. Like I've made 2 of the baby Hugo now, and I haven't, which for anyone who doesn't know, he's sitting next to me. Hang on. This guy. There's like a bigger version, which I have the pattern for, but now that I've made this twice, I'm like, but the bigger one will be like so much scarier. And this is such a good size anyway. Like, it would be huge if I made the big version, surely. If this is a baby. But it would use up a lot of yarn, and I'm trying to get through my yarn, even though I bought more yarn yesterday. But I'm using it immediately because I had this in mind when I bought it. So I think that doesn't count. Right? Hello, Georgie. How are you? What is happening? How is your part of the country on this fine Monday? I've made 2 bubble parts of the tentacles for mini anchor and got bored. You know what? I get it. I think it's like, it's been really nice for this time of year when I've just wanted to like, not, like, I don't know, not use my brain too much. Have you decided what I'm going to make with the variegated black and white blanket yarn? No, I have not. If you have ideas, please tell me. It's sitting in front of me, but just enough out of reach that I can't get it and show people. Which is mildly. Oh, hang on. I might have the little chickens next to me. Well, the little unfinished chicken bodies next to me. The problem is it's like black, white, and gray, and it's not going to like, it won't stripe. You know what I mean? Like if I make a zebra or an animal that's like meant to be black and white in specific parts, it's not gonna cooperate with me for that. Some deep sea monsters. Tell me more. Tell me more about that idea. What are the patterns we're talking here? I'm almost finished this tentacle, and then I can show you guys the yarn. I swear. One more stitch to go. These tentacles are so much faster. Holy moly. Alright. Another one down. I still have like a whole box of stuff right here. Are they in? Yes. Hello, Auntie! This is what it works up like. You see how it's not like that stripy? This is just like the body of a maple chicken. There's nothing going on here. But yeah, it's also not super soft. Like, it's blanket yarn, but it's not like burnout blanket yarn, especially the mystical ones are super soft, but that one less so. That one a bit less so. Okay, let me unstack myself now. Oh dear, my mother has messaged me, but I can't read it. Because you're on my phone. Hopefully I can get it up on it. Yeah, the grey. It's throwing a spanner in the works. Sorry if I get paused for a second. Alright, I'm back. There's like transparent and you can see their organs. It's hard to explain. That sounds creepy. What are you up to, Auntie? I got some burnout mystical in the Millens. I had a Millens score. Even though I'm not meant to be buying anything, I only went to try and find white blanket yarn. Could just make a dark brindle dog / cat. Yeah, I was thinking of like seeing how a loaf cat would go in it. I think it would look a bit weird. But I could make it and like see what happens. I just got these 2 colors though, just like the, you know, shell I think it is, and the whatever the black one is. Does sound, hello Lucy. I could make a blob cat. I took them down. They're not next to me anymore. I had to choose one to give my niece for Christmas. And then I just put the rest away. What one did I give her? Maybe the orange one. How are you? How's the beach? I'm very jealous. I'm also getting to catch up with Jenny from In My Spare Time Crochet tomorrow. And we're going to go to a different spotlight that's like nowhere near either of us, but we live like an hour and a half or almost 2 hours away from each other. So we're meeting in the middle and it's near a spotlight. So we're going to go to that spotlight and we'll see. We'll see if there's anything good in there, Millens. Maybe there won't be. And then we're going to get coffee or something. Yes, exactly. $7, so it was hard to resist. When we were trying to decide when to meet up, I was like, we should do it before the Boxing Day sales end, which isn't until the 6th of November. Oh my, I've gone the wrong way. 6th of January. Hi. Alright, sorry. Show me where you're up to. On my big anchor, so I've decided I'm making the mini anchor on this so that I can have like a mum and a baby. So I've done 2 of the tentacles of the mini. See? So I've done on the live so far, and then on my anchor, I have finished the body and the eyes. It's quite heavy. And I'm up to, and I've done this much of the little head thing. But I didn't want to have to concentrate too hard while on live, so I just started the tentacles again because they're easy. So that's where we're up to. I'm gonna have to like go into each of the tentacles because there's just like these little dots and they're annoying me. And I think it's just because of like the relative thickness of each yarn that I've used. They call that baby brain and it's there for life. No! It shouldn't start until you have a baby. It's not fair that it starts early, you know? Oh, I shouldn't have put down my chain. I always get a little bit confused then about all right, we're back on track. I don't know what Marden's is. And then it's like that becomes the new normal. Soon I will not remember what having a fully functional brain even was like. I'm not even off work yet, and I'm not looking forward to having to go back to work after a year off, you know? I put the kettle in the fridge and the milk in the cupboard. Oh dear. I think my friend did the same thing. I remember hearing a story from her about that. That must be like a common thing. I did while I was working, like end of year work, not so recently, even though I'm now off for like a couple weeks. I apparently started making tea and then I walked out like 2 hours later and it was just like stone cold with the tea bag still in it. No milk had been put in it. I was like, huh. I have come out because I want a tea and I guess I wanted a tea like 2.5 hours ago too and forgot about it. Hi, Yummy. I hope you're doing well today. Why is it that sometimes a chain just feels harder to work into than others? It's a lot to grow a human. It is. It is a lot. It takes a lot of energy. And apparently a lot of brain power. Lucy, what are you knitting, by the way? I was going to ask you that when I saw your Instagram story with the Wool & Works yarn. And then I forgot. Because of my brain being the way it is. The other problem with mill end yarn is how often these knots, these factory knots are in it. Boo. But that's why they're cheap. I guess. That's such a foreign concept to me, Moonbeam. I've never had to clear snow in my life. I've barely even... No, I have seen snow, actually. That's a lie. Did I? And I did not. I've been weighing it as I'm working on a project. So I did weigh the start of like my starting yarn for Anchor, and for these ones that I'm using now, I've weighed it too. So, but I haven't done a full weigh. Factory knots are better than that weird burnt bad texture. Yes, totally. I agree. There are only sometimes, like if I'm just making a regular Ami and I can just like fold it inside and not worry about it, I actually don't really care about factory knots. It's only if I'm making something where I have to worry about them. This, I've just like tucked it on the underside so it'll get covered up when I attach the second part of the tentacle, so it's fine. It's fine. There are definitely worse things than factory knots, that is for sure. I imagine it would be really annoying if you were using like proper color changing yarn and it like messed up, you know, like messed up the order or something. That would be really annoying. I think actually the most annoying thing I find about them is when they're like, you only get like 10 stitches and then there's another one and you're like, oh, come on. This is taking the mickey. Yeah, see, I feel like that's annoying when it kind of stuffs up. Oh, sorry, I kicked you. Stuffs up the variegation or whatever, like, or color order. What have you been working on, Auntie? How's your hand? Wrist? I forget which part of your thumb? Which part of your limb was causing you grief? hope it's on the mend and that you're resting it. Yes, Trish, sorry I missed that message, but that is basically what I'm doing. And I do find it, I'm kind of used to doing that because when I do markets, if I've made something that I want to sell at it, like if I make more than one, usually the second one I make, I'll like do the same so that I know how much yarn I'm using. And it's useful for these mill ends because I don't want to kind of get caught out. So after this, after I make the mini and the regular anchor, I'll like know how much of each color I would need if I was making more in future, which I think is handy to know, because if you don't have enough mill ends, the chances of finding the right color again is like next to zero. Oh, I just remembered actually, speaking of that, one of the bags that I got of these has like, there's like a little bit of blue dye in it. I don't think you'll be able to see it. You're not going to be able to see it. But there's like a little bit of blue dye in it. And, oh yeah. I don't know if hitting show on that actually shows it. But anyway. And I forgot I was going to use that instead of this. So I might need to reweigh it. Because I feel like having a little bit of blue in it is maybe better for a sea creature than... What's the word? Then like, yeah. I don't know. My brain just fully stopped functioning. But yes, the version of this with blue in it would be better for a sea creature than like, I don't know. I also make cats and stuff out of these. So I feel like you can't have blue in a cat, right? I mean, you can do whatever you want. Anyway, third tentacle down with an extra bonus factory nut. What fun. I wish they would put the recommended hook size and meters on the bag. Yeah, I feel like that would be way too much effort for them though, wouldn't it? The secret to mill ends is you ask Chaos Auntie in this chat what the mill end is, and then she will tell you exactly what the yarn is, and then you figure it out from there. To be fair, I also very rarely listen to the recommended hook size on yarn. You've got a hack for it coming soon. Oh my god. If you could build like a mill end identifying app, Auntie, oh, you'd be a millionaire somehow. Oh, is that for like the hook size? Is this your caliper? Is that what they're called? Anyway. I watch your stories. I don't think so, but Chaos Auntie does have an Instagram, which is the same handle. So just like offering your services out. No label can tell me what to do. That is also how I feel. Oh my goodness. Digital Vernier Caliper, and I've been doing a small list for a reel of what to look for in Millends. Ooh, that will be handy. Trying to change this like channel moderation because it's, I don't know, it's blocking out messages that I feel like don't need to get blocked out. But I don't know if I can do it. Hi Claudia, or Claudia, welcome in. I feel like I default to Claudia because I have a school friend who was a Claudia, not a Claudia. You wish you could do more YouTube content, but yes, do it. Join me on YouTube. How are you today? What you're working on, if anything? Oh no, it's less the like, it's just randomly like, I don't know, keeps popping things up. I don't know what's going on. It's just being finicky today for some reason. For some reason. Please work with me on. There we go. It's not like the most exciting thing to watch someone make, is it? It's the same thing 8 times. It's alright. It's about the friends we make along the way, you know? What time is it in America, or in, I guess in your parts of America? I feel like this is a much more reasonable time for you, Moonbeam, than our usual like 1 a.m. live. Labels also tend to be wrong. Yes, yes. Also, it just depends on what you're making, right? Like, I don't know. About 9 p.m. Ah, that's very respectable. What a respectable hour. Usually I go live at 3 a.m. In my defense, it's normally like 7 p.m. for me. It's not a ridiculous hour on my end of the world. I think my internal clock is more aligned to Australia. One of us, secretly one of us. You're welcome to join us in Oz. We're pretty good down here. Just staying out of everyone's way. Hoping for the best. Right at the go to bed or one more row time of day for me. I feel like the lives just enable you in staying awake longer than you should. But today, a respectable hour. I need to go through my like pattern stash and see what else I want to make with the yarn that I've got. I'm trying to like actually match up some of my blanket yarn to patterns that I have because I feel like that will make me use more of it. And I don't want to buy more unless I can think of something I'm going to make it with it. Which is why I didn't feel bad buying this mill end yarn, because it was on sale and this mystical yarn is rarely in Millens, around us anyway, and I knew I was going to make an anchor with it, and I'm making it right now, so I don't feel bad. Hello! It's the holidays, sleep when you want. Says me who just woke up at midday. Nice. Hopefully they can still send you yarn to review in Australia. Pew. Another one done. We're racing. We've done 4 in under an hour. That's pretty good. While talking. Even better. I'm sure a container would fit it all, right? Totally. Totally. I feel like this, I mean, obviously this mini is going to take way less yarn. I'm very happy with how much yarn the anchor is like the big anchor is taking up. We always are up for seeing yarn, yarn hauls. The baby Hugo really didn't take much yarn at all. Spoiler alert for one of my upcoming videos, but it only took like 190 grams of yarn, which I feel like is unfair for something of its size. I feel like it should have taken up more. I need to finish some of my whips as well. I have like one sleeve left to do on that like baby mushroom cardigan that I had started. Literally just a sleeve and then putting it together and finishing it off. And yet, making octopuses instead. Yeah. An unsurprising answer from Auntie about seeing anyone's yarn. I need to reorganize my stash as well. I forgot that I had a bunch because I don't know if you've seen on my videos, there's like the, hang on, I'll just turn it around. Don't judge me. This is going to be messy. In this bit here, I completely forgot that I had a whole bunch of blanket yarn in there. But I do. But it's closed, so I never see it, and I just forgot. And then I opened it the other day, and I was like, oh yes, there is more of this in here that I need to use. So I need to do another rearrange, or at least like a reminder for myself of what I have. I'm pretty sure what I got recently is similar to what I've reviewed before, so I'm hopeful I'll like it. Plus I have a few blanket kits to review. Gosh, how much yarn do you get in a blanket kit? I feel like you'd need to get a lot. Sleeve Island Woes, I know, and it's literally like a baby cardigan. The sleeve does not take that long. But it's with cotton yarn, and so it's just like, it hurts my hand a bit more, you know. So I don't like working on heaps of it at a time. And this is more fun. A ton of yarn would be expensive to ship over. Ha ha ha. Gotta make me less lonely about my stash. Your stash is impressive. You basically own a spotlight at this rate. And it makes me feel a bit better about mine. So you should keep showing yours, Auntie. It's usually enough to make a lap blanket, so not a massive amount, but enough for a little couch blanket. That is about the size of blanket I like to make. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done with that now. Hello, Brenda. I am making a octopus toy. I am currently making one of the tentacles. We have already made 4 of them. And it will be a smaller version of this big Anchor the Octopus, which is also currently unfinished. And that is what I am doing. What are you up to, other than watching this? I need to check out Auntie and see how we compare. I need to feel less crazy about my stash. Auntie needs to post a photo in Discord of the stash. Thank you! It is not my pattern. I did put the pattern link in the description in case anyone is curious about it, but I am good at following directions, let me tell ya. You're a new learner. I knit, but just now learning crochet. Oh my gosh, welcome to the crochet side. I can do very basic knitting, but I'm always impressed by people who are like proper knitters. It's a whole, they're whole different worlds, even though like to the outside they seem similar. What kinds of things do you knit? "2026, year of the knit." I'm 72. I wish I started a long time ago. Never too late to learn. But I know what you mean. You're like, why didn't I? You've had a lot of years of knitting though. So, you know, that's also great. I did try to make a toy, a knitted toy, and oh my gosh, it's so much harder. I gave up. I made the body and like legs, I think. And then I said to my mum, can I give this to you and you can finish it? And I still haven't done that. I should do that. I should give it to her. My mum is a good knitter. Just crochet for me. I knit round blankets for my gran with a spiral pattern in them at the moment. I'm knitting an Aran jumper or Aran jumper with 26 rows of cable patterns for my daughter. Oh my goodness. That's impressive. I think sweaters would be, I'm too scared to try a sweater. I've made like mug cozies that have cables in them, and I was very proud of myself for that. But anything big with cables, I am impressed by. I am easily impressed, to be fair. I hope that your children and grandchildren appreciate the effort of your work. All right, we've made 5. We have 3 to go. I'm liking this. I feel like this would have been a nice main color as well with the like grays through it. Is this gonna show you? Just wants to focus on my face. I actually learnt to knit first, but I never learnt it like that in depth. They love them. Good. Good. I'm glad they appreciate the handmade gift. All right. You know when I go silent, it's because I'm counting my chain. Hey Janae, how are you? Welcome in. This has been very good for while being live, because it's just, I don't have to look at the pattern at all for these tentacles. I am making tentacles for an octopus toy currently. Just your average Monday, you know? Well, I guess maybe it's Sunday night for you, but for me it is Monday. Yes. This is a big one that I am much more of the way through. I just need to finish off the head. But I'm making one that's like going to be half this size or maybe smaller currently. Are you also a crocheter, Janae? Yeah, that one's way the other one. When I was first learning, I wanted to make the Red Cross bears for the Women and Chickens Hospital, as my son broke both his arms and was in hospital for 4 days. Oh my goodness. What a good catalyst for... I'm guessing that's maybe Women and Children's Hospital, not Women's and Chickens Hospital. It's just occurred to me that perhaps that was... Although if there's a Women's and Chickens Hospital, I want to see it. Hey Mel! Something to look forward to, yeah. Oh god. Ugh. Me too, I so need new glasses. I like it. That typo has brought me joy. Women and Chickens Hospital is pretty funny. Maybe I should change the name of my house. I just love the piece of crochet for some reason. I agree. I agree most of the time, and then sometimes I get frustrated at it. Mel, I am making a mini anchor the octopus, so it's like the tentacles are only this long instead of the normal size, where they're this long. But I will finish up the normal anchor off stream. I finished all the easy bits. So I didn't want to keep working on that. How is your blanket stash going, Mel? You got to finish your blanket for Christmas, right? work with me here, chain. I don't know what happens sometimes. I must just have like done one randomly tight. You know? It is frustrating. There we go. It's cooperating now. Crisis averted. I should challenge myself to use the review yarn and the stitch book to make something. Am I doing BB? As in the baby, the anchor? Baby anchor? Or does that stand for something else? Yet to give it to your friend, but it's done. I'm glad the yarn arrived for it to get finished. Maybe that was a different mill. Making another with... Oh, I meant back bumps. Yes. I always work in the back bumps. It didn't specify to, but because I have to work on both sides for the next part, I always do the back bumps. I'm currently making a timeless crochet rose bag. Ooh. I will have to look that up and see what it looks like. If I ever win lotto, I'll build a nursing home and call it Women and Chickens and have chicks. Yes. Definitely the best thing to do with a lotto win. What if someone else beats you to the idea? I just looked up that rose bag and it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I need to look it up. Ah. Please, you're my last stitch. Yes, yes. Send the Kickstarter link to Women's and Chickens. What's it called again? Timeless rose bag? Timeless crochet rose bag. Whoa! Alright, that is super cool. I'm getting a nugget ice maker to review. What does that mean? What is a nugget ice maker? Alright, I think we're going to finish here. I just finished another tentacle. I've made 6 of the 8 that I need. But I'm getting warm and I need to make a cup of tea that doesn't taste strange. I feel like I did something weird with that cup of tea. I don't know what I put in it. But anyway. It makes dino nuggy shaped ice. I am in New South Wales, but it is also hot here, which is why I'm like, I need to go and have a cold drink, have a break. Maybe I'll make myself an iced chai. Chewable ice. Interesting. Interesting. I've never heard of that before. All right, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out. I will probably do some more lives while I'm on break, which is up until the 12th of January or something. So I'm sure I will be back. So if you haven't already, subscribe or do whatever that thing is so that you know when I go live again. I usually post it in Discord or also on Instagram when I'm going live. But otherwise, thanks for hanging out, team. Bye. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, friends. Bye.